Fellas, I'm seriously worried about Ian Machado Garry. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the skills of Ian Garry. How legit is Garry striking? His takedown defense, and does he even have a chance against the pound for pound #1 Islam Makhachev? Let's get serious. I'm fired up. We are a couple days away of a huge welterweight matchup. We got Ian the future Garry. Now, he's only 28 years old, in his prime time. He's 6'3", a real 170 pounds. So out of camp, he's probably walking around 205, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but right around that mark. A big dude, a bbig long frame. He's 17-1. He's got 7 KOs, 1 submission, 9 decisions. He is 4-1 in his last 5 fights, and he took out Bilal Muhammad, former champion. Took out Carlos Prates, one of the scariest southpaw strikers out there. Wrestled him up. In 2024, he lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov, and Shavkat blew out his knee, so who really won that fight? Before that, took out Michael Venom Page, Jeff Neal, Neil Magny, Daniel Rodriguez. So he's on a serious heater here. He's on a serious heater, but he's taking on the pound for pound great Islam Makhachev, one of the most scary dudes. 34 years old, man strength, serious Russian man strength. Islam's 5'10". He's 28 wins with 1 loss, and he's on a serious streak. Now, he hasn't fought really anybody like Ian Garry. His last fight, Jack Della, shorter guy, not as long and lanky. Fight before that, Renato Moicano, short notice. Before that, Dustin Poirier. Before that, Volkanovski 2 times in a row. And before that, Charles Oliveira. And Ian Garry's training at Shoot Box. You saw how good Islam did against Charles Oliveira. Took him down, dropped him, went into half guard, and submitted him like that. No problem at all. Now, boys, before we get into this fight footage, the best place to place your picks for UFC 330 is Prize Pick. It's so simple. Go to the App Store, download Prize Pick. You can pick more or less on your favorite players, NBA, NHL, UFC, boxing, soccer, for a chance to win 100 times your money. It's available in states like Texas, California, and 30 more, plus Canada. Right now, it's a great time to play. If you use code Timbo, Prize Picks will give you $150 in lineups if you win your first $5 lineup. Great time to play. That's every new user who plays a $5 lineup and wins will receive $150 in lineups. That's code Timbo. Now, this one, Garry striking's going to give him problems. He's going to, because Ian Garry's not going to come out there and he's not going to commit. He's not going to try to knock him out right away. He's going to try to use his footwork similar to when he fought Neil Magny. Bouncing around, staying out of range. Now, it's hard for Islam to take people down when they're 4-5 feet away, long, and they're pecking you at the end of their punches. But I tell you what, if Islam does get him down, we might be in trouble. Let's take a peek here. This is back in 2024. Shavkat Rakhmonov's last fight. This is the first big real wrestler that Ian Garry fought. Now, he's quite a bit bigger than Islam. He's orthodox. Let's take a peek here and see if we see anything that we can take into this weekend. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to go here to rounds 4 and 5. 4 and 5 where we had some action. And Ian Garry does a good job with these stomps. He stomps your knee. It's hard to jab someone. It's hard to do anything when they're stomping your knee because you can't come forward off those stomps. Springy, orthodox. Shavkat backs him up into the wall pretty easily. But again, Shavkat's just as tall as him. Shavkat's a bigger guy. Spin kick to the gut. But everyone who's sparred with Ian Garry says he has a lot of tricks. He's very slick on his feet. He has a lot of tricks. He's very confident. He's 28 years old. He's young. He's hungry. It's gonna be interesting. But I tell you what, you see Ian Garry in the countdown going against Demian Maia quite a bit, training with Demian Maia. And I think it's gonna help. It's gonna help a little bit. But again, Demian Maia has a different style than Islam Makhachev. But it's still going to give you a good look because remember back in the day, Demian Maia, how good he was southpaw. If he grabbed a hold of a single leg, if he grabbed a hold of a high crotch, which are shots that Islam Makhachev loves, and Demian Maia, a world champion jiu-jitsu black belt, if he gets on top of you in half guard, he's going to drown you. Similar to Makhachev, but I do believe Makhachev is going to have freak strength. Now that he's developing a little bit and he's really growing into this 170-pound body. We're not gonna see him at 155 ever again. So Islam Makhachev's probably walking around the similar weight, 205, maybe a little bit more, cutting down to 170. He's a real welterweight now. I've been around the guy. He's a big dude. So let's take a peek here. This is round 4 against Shavkat 2 years ago. Trading some jabs. Ian Garry's training at the old Shootbox Academy, where it's a lot of Muay Thai and traditional jiu-jitsu. And Ian Garry's got a body style similar to Charles Oliveira, just bigger, lanky. But I tell you what, Ian Garry does not want to end up on bottom of Islam Makhachev. He's going to be in trouble. So here we go. Puts him on the wall, gets underhooks right away. Double underhooks. Let's see what he does with these double underhooks. And Shavkat's probably got a similar strength to Islam in these type of positions against the wall. Stuff like this. Shavkat's got that cool hat. Remember that furry hat here? So double unders would be smart here if Ian Garry circles right away. Good head position, circles him off, looks strong there. Double unders on the wall. Breaks off. Beautiful, beautiful defense there. In the open, watch his feints, little subtle feints. That's beautiful. So watch Shavkat shoot right off his feint. Watch his little stutter step, like he's feinting a jab, just like that. Shavkat flashes his jab, goes head outside double, and even though Islam southpaw, he likes the same shot. He likes this head outside shot. So Ian Garry does a good job. Double underhooks. Shavkat, notice he's got his right arm really deep on the leg. That changes it. He's not grabbing his legs like this. He's going elbow deep on the leg, and that makes it hard. And you saw when Islam Makhachev took down Renato Moicano, it was this exact shot. He shot to the legs, comes up, clubs the head, and almost runs the pipe and puts him down. Again, let's watch this shot. Shavkat flashes the jab and goes elbow deep. So even though Ian Garry's got double unders here, Shavkat's right arm is elbow deep, and this is a hard one. Elbow deep, he does a good job, and now watch Shavkat's left hand comes to the head and then circles him to his back. Beautiful takedown, and literally the exact same takedown Islam hit Moicano in. This is where Ian Garry cannot end up, especially half guard. Half guard is Islam's so dominant here. He's going to be better off in full guard, but still, notice how Shavkat keeps his head next to Ian Garry's head, his chest really low. It's hard to do anything in guard. You can try to get your hands inside. He's looking for an overhook. You can try to push their face and elbow him, but it's a lot easier said than done. Let's see so he's got a good overhook here. Similar to Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira gets those overhooks on the arm from his guard and starts butchering your head with elbows, forcing you to make a mistake. But I don't think Ian Garry quite has the flexibility, or I don't think he has a dangerous guard quite like Charles Oliveira. So he's got a body triangle from guard. That's not going to help you much. Shavkat postures his chest up and he starts delivering. Dingers, juicers. Okay, so again, full guard. Let's see how this happens. Full guard, he opens up. He goes knee shield. No grip. Gives up the back. Finds the wall. The wall's your friend, and he slips off. Beautiful. And this is where Islam Makhachev, watch Ian Garry, he goes to his stomach. This is where Islam Makhachev is going to stay behind the armpits. Islam's not going to look for a seatbelt. And the reason Shavkat lost this is he jumps up for a seatbelt and he slides off. Islam Makhachev isn't going to be looking for a seatbelt until he has both hooks. He's going to be more wrestle riding him, spiraling him to a hip, staying behind his armpits. He's not going to fall off like this. Shavkat kind of rushed the back take. Watch Shavkat's left arm come over the shoulder. Ian Garry blocks it and slides him off because he chose to go to the seatbelt. Good escape there by Ian Garry. Okay, this is good. He's got a power guillotine. Left arm, deep guillotine, power guillotine here. If his chest was a little bit over the back of his head, a little bit more over the back of his head, Shavkat would be in real danger. But you could see Shavkat, the back of his head showing a little bit. So he's able to kind of like sucker drag out of it. So it would have been smarter if he kind of used this. Okay, that was good. That was good. Shavkat switched his ear, circled around, took the back. This time he's staying behind the armpits. Staying behind the armpits, and that's what Islam's going to do. Knee and thigh. Ian's got to get his chest up here and fight the hands. Easier said than done when these guys, these strong wrestlers have been wrestling their whole life. Their grips are so strong, and you're allowed to grab inside. You're allowed to grab inside your own glove, so it makes it tricky to separate. One thing Peter Yan did here, he started butchering Merab's forearm, which is a good tactic. So Ian's got to get his chest up. If he wants to get out of here, he's got to get his chest up, maybe one hand inside, and start peeling the thumbs. Now, I guarantee Khabib and Islam and those guys are watching this fight closely. How he finished the single leg, how he's reacting to being on the wall, what he's doing in his guard. So here now we're good. So now Ian Garry needs to take his right arm to Shavkat's left armpit, put it in his pocket, and bring it all the way back. Keep that arm in there. Keep that arm in there. There we go. And he slips out 2-on-1. Beautiful. Slippery little lad here. Now he goes double. Starts wrapping his head. And look at Shavkat deep in there. Gets his hips in. Gets his head up. This is a good shot. This is a good shot. Be smart if Ian Garry tried to wrestle here more instead of attacking the guillotine. He's trying for the high elbow. Got a decent bite. Shavkat gets his hips up and he's starting to pass to the right way. He pops his head out. Takes him down again. Now, I think Shavkat is maybe not as good of a wrestler, but he's strong, he's big, he's going to be similar to Islam, but I think Islam, when he gets it on the mat, he's a lot more dangerous. It's not going to be easy for him to get up. Getting beat, slaps up a nice armbar, goes back to his guard. Shavkat pops his knee up, tries to go to half guard. And it's going to be a lot of this. It's going to be a lot of Islam having to stay focused, being on top of him in his guard. But that's what these Russians have been doing for years and years. Stepping into a left hook. Still, he's got some good spring. 5 rounds, he's got still some good spring in his stance. On the balls of his feet. Still dangerous. Okay, so he slips outside the jab this time. And notice Shavkat's right arm's deep again. Shavkat slips outside his jab and dives in. Right arm deep. Right arm deep. Good sprawl this time. Single. And like Marcelo Garcia always says, on these guillotines, you got to use these guillotines. Use them to sprawl your leg back. Let's see what he does here. Good defense. Good balance. Head up. It takes the back. This was slick. So Shavkat tried to do the same finish that he did the first time. Goes to single. Left arm comes up to club. Tries to sit him down. But notice Ian Garry slips it. He ducks his head, slips it, and keeps his balance. Gets under the armpit, head up. It's got like a claw, a wrestling ride claw. And he goes for double boots. Double boots, takes the back. Nice body triangle here. Doesn't have the body triangle quite yet, but he's looking for it. Now he's got the body triangle. Shavkat's on the right side to escape. Remember, at this point, Shavkat has his blown out stick. So his knee is blown out, and I was screaming here. I was hoping Ian Garry finished him. Got a good bite. Look, he's grabbing inside his glove. That's allowed. You're allowed to grab your own gloves. You're allowed to grab your own shorts. Not quite under the chin. Now here you got to be careful. A good black belt. You saw it with Quaylin Salahid. Took out Matthias Gamrot. It wasn't even really under his chin, but some people just got this really good squeeze here. But the tricky part is, look at Ian Garry's trying to slide this neck in, but with the gloves, once you slide this in, it's hard because the gloves are so thick. It's hard to get your chin over the glove. You're really locked in once you can make some space. Get this hand behind their head and then put your chin over it. Now when they're reaching for this top hand to try to get it off, it makes it hard because your chin's blocking it. And that's what's tricky about the rear naked choke and these gloves. So watch Shavkat has space to grab the top hand. Ian Garry's trying to get his chin over. Shavkat's got a good bite on that top hand. His chin's still tucked. That could have been the end of the fight. If Ian Garry was able to get his chin over the top. So he's slicing the head, trying to get under the chin one way or the other. And this is a classic escape that I learned from Vinny Magalhaes. You get the arm on the opposite side of the head, and watch Shavkat's left elbow come to the mat. Once his left elbow comes through to the hip, now he's out. It doesn't matter how tight your body triangle is. Beautiful escape there. His lanky arm still isn't squared up. So now he's going to square his hips up. And Ian Garry has lost it. Lost the body triangle. Still holding on to it. Lanky fella. Lanky fella. Now we saw in the past a submission from here. Well, it cranks his calf. That's looking pretty hard on Ian Garry's calf, but he's flexible. He's not going to tap from something like that. I forgot what fight it was, but we recently saw that happen. I think it was a couple gals. Okay, he's squared up. It's a tight body triangle. But still, for Ian Garry to do anything, it's more of a stalling position. Look at how much pressure it's putting on his calf. This is uncomfortable for Ian Garry. Really uncomfortable for Ian Garry. And a body triangle, when you're on your back, body triangle from guard, it's not really the best thing to do because you're not threatening triangles, you're not threatening arm bars. You got to open up your guard, get knee shields to start threatening stuff. But he's kind of stuck here. He goes sit-up sweep. The cage is saving him. He could go Kimura if he wanted. But again, 5th round, you've been fighting for 25 minutes. And now look at how close Shavkat's head is to Ian Garry's head. In an over-under position, head by his, it's hard to do anything. It's hard to walk your guard up. It's hard to threaten triangles. It's a good spot. Deliver some small juicers and then just kind of ice the clock. So Ian Garry knows he's got to get up. He's got a minute left. So he goes butterfly, tries to get his hip to the wall. Shavkat moves to a front headlock. Ian Garry does a good job with 2-on-1 here. Gotta get his chest up. Keep the right arm in. There we go. And he pops up, 45 seconds left. He goes double unders. Circles him off. Shavkat circles him back. 10 seconds. Oh, that was close. Ian Garry damn near took him out. Now it's going to be a little bit different of a match just because Islam is a southpaw. We're going to see a lot of Ian Garry trying to stab teeps, trying to point his knee and really hide head kicks. But it's going to come down to Ian Garry is going to have to stuff these shots because he was able to get up on Shavkat. He might be able to get up once or twice just because of his size and his length, but it's going to be hard for him to get up and get from Islam Makhachev. Islam's so strong. He's a black belt on top. If he gets on top of you, if he gets on half guard, you're probably going to be stuck there the rest of the round. So I'm fired up. This is a tricky one because Islam has never fought somebody with this stature. But again, the first fight back for Islam for 170 fought Jack Madeline. You saw how big he looked. He did not look like a small welterweight. Now he's had these months to put on real size and turn into a real welterweight. I'm nervous for Ian Garry. Ian Garry's gonna have to have an answer. There's always a puncher's chance. There's a way he runs into a knee later in the fight. And you never know. How was Islam's camp? Islam could had a bum knee. He could have had a bum knee, a bum foot, a bum hand. You never know. Ian Garry could have a bum knee, bum hand, bum foot. You never know how these guys' fight camp went. So the height difference, I think that's going to be a big key. It's going to be a big key. The footwork is going to be a big key. Ian Garry's footwork is so good. You don't know if he's really going left. You don't know if he's going right. When he does stand there stationary, he's trying to stomp your knee. He's bringing teeps up the middle. The twos to the gut, the punches to the gut is going to help. But again, you're dealing with the pound for pound greatest right now, Islam Makhachev. Oh, I think Ian Garry's going to be in for a long night, boys. I really do. We got Ireland versus Russia. Boys, if you're enjoying this vid and want to see more breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button and bell so you never miss a vid.